offering is the truth. Nothing more.
Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to be looking at a meteorite crater in Arizona that is supposedly 55,000 years old. The crater is still there, but the big meteorite that landed there is just totally gone. And I also went on to let you know that if you Google or whatever you want to do to look for asteroids, they're all computer generated images by an artist. So anyways, what kept eating at me was a scripture from Genesis 7:11. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the second month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened. Now pay attention closely. It says all the fountains of the great deep broken up. Great deep means the deep ocean. Broken up means to come upward. So anyways, as I went on the search, I realized that there were more supposedly meteorite craters all over the world in different continents, all around, roughly around the same size as you can see here in these pictures. I took a picture from each continent from every one of these supposedly meteorite craters. But out of all these craters, there's nothing left of the meteor that landed there. And I say that in quote, supposedly landed there. There's nothing left of the meteorite, but all the craters are still there. So I went to investigate a little more, and I'd remembered researching geysers many years ago. Now here's a few images of what geysers look like, but the images I'm showing you are what the geysers look like when they're actually erupting. So check this out. Now does these craters underneath these geysers not look familiar to you? Just take a really close look. Now I'm showing you the ones that are erupting. Now let's take a look at the ones that are not erupting. Okay, now let's compare the so-called meteorite craters with the geyser craters. Now check this out. Right in the middle, you see where the geyser actually comes up. You can see it in the meteor crater and the geyser. That's where the water comes up at. Same thing here. Everything around it is just where the water pressure coming up explodes everything outward. And here, if you look to the right of the crater and the right of the geyser, they're shaped identical. That's water pressure, not a meteorite. It's simply the original geysers that God opened up and flooded the earth with. People, common sense. All you got to do is look at it. Now, you notice here in this meteor crater how the earth has upturned edge around the circle of the crater. Now, here's how that happens. Here is a photo of a geyser actually fixing to erupt. Notice how it upturns the edge of the hole around it. Now once again, if we look in Genesis 7:11, towards the end of the scripture, it says, all of the fountains of the great deep broken up. The scripture tells us exactly what these are and exactly what God did to flood the earth. And it also says, and the windows of heaven were open. So we also know that there's a firmament and it has windows in it. And he also flooded it from above as he did below. Now this is where your inner wisdom should kick in. Science tells you that these are so-called meteor craters, okay? But there's no meteors in none of them. All over the world. There's no meteors found nowhere near or around or in the crater itself. But yet these craters are identical to geyser craters. That's because these so-called meteor craters are the giant craters that opened up from the deep, the great deep, and flooded the earth. And the flood of Noah happened, and I just showed you how it happened. And the funny thing about it is, they even showed you in the 2014 movie.
Protect your mother. Protect them all.
So, as you can see, Scripture specifically tells us in Genesis 7:11, all the fountains of the great deep broken up. And we are told again in the book of Enoch, when Enoch, the grandfather of Noah, tells Noah that the waters beneath the earth will erupt in the great deluge. But as right now, the angels are just keeping the water calm, holding the water back until God instructs them to release it to flood the earth.
And after that he showed me the angels of punishment, who are prepared to come and let loose all the powers of the waters which are beneath in the earth, in order to bring judgment and destruction on all who abide and dwell on the earth. And the Lord of spirits gave commandment to the angels who were going forth, that they should not cause the waters to rise, but should hold them in check, for those angels were over the powers of the waters. And I went away from the presence of Enoch. And after that he showed me the angels of punishment, who are prepared to come and let loose all the powers of the waters which are beneath in the earth, the waters which are beneath in the earth, the waters which are beneath in the earth. Book of Noah, a fragment. Enoch foretells to Noah the deluge and his own preservation. Chapter 65. And in those days Noah saw the earth that it had sunk down, and its destruction was nigh. And he arose from thence and went to the ends of the earth, and cried aloud to his grandfather Enoch. And Noah said 3 times with an embittered voice, Hear me, hear me, hear me. And I said unto him, Tell me what it is that is falling out on the earth, that the earth is in such evil plight and shaken, lest perchance I shall perish with it. And thereupon there was a great commotion on the earth, and a voice was heard from heaven, and I fell on my face. And Enoch, my grandfather, came and stood by me, and said unto me, Why hast thou cried unto me with a bitter cry and weeping? And a command has gone forth from the presence of the Lord concerning those who dwell on the earth, that their ruin is accomplished, because they have learnt all the secrets of the angels, and all the violence of the Satans. And after that my grandfather Enoch took hold of me by the hand, and raised me up, and said unto me, Go, for I have asked the Lord of spirits as touching this commotion on the earth. And he said unto me, Because of their unrighteousness, their judgment has been determined upon, and shall not be withheld by me forever. Because of the sorceries which they have searched out and learnt, the earth and those who dwell upon it shall be destroyed. The angels of the waters bidden to hold them in check. Chapter 66. And after that he showed me the angels of punishment, who are prepared to come and let loose all the powers of the waters which are beneath in the earth, in order to bring judgment and destruction on all who abide and dwell on the earth. And the Lord of spirits gave commandment to the angels who were going forth, that they should not cause the waters to rise, but should hold them in check, for those angels were over the powers of the waters. And I went away from the presence of Enoch.
All I'm offering is the truth. Nothing more.